Hey, guys! Welcome back to our channel, where we dive deep into the most intriguing stories worldwide. Today, we've got a wild, almost movie-like story for you: the dramatic disappearance and rescue of Chinese actor Wang Xing, a name you might recognize from his role in Ip Man 3. Imagine traveling to a foreign country for work, and suddenly, you find yourself trapped in a completely different world, cut off from everyone you know. Sounds like a thriller, right? Well, it's a reality Wang Xing recently faced. In this video, we'll unravel the entire saga of Wang Xing's disappearance in Thailand, his harrowing time in Myanmar, and the eventual rescue that caught international attention. Buckle up, because this story is a roller coaster of emotions, suspense, and a chilling glimpse into the darker sides of human trafficking and online scams. So, let's rewind a bit. It was January 3, 2025, when Wang Xing arrived in Bangkok, Thailand. Officially, he was there for a film project, something he had experience with, having worked in Thailand back in 2018. At around 4 a.m., he landed at Suvarnabhumi Airport, probably exhausted but excited for what lay ahead. As planned, a crew member was supposed to pick him up. When a person claiming to be part of the film crew showed up, Wang, without any suspicion, went alone. After all, this was familiar territory. But here's where the story takes a dark turn. Instead of heading to a hotel or a production set, Wang was driven for hours to Mae Sot, a border town 500 kilometers away from Bangkok. Mae Sot is known for its complex border dynamics and, more disturbingly, its reputation as a hub for human trafficking into Myanmar. By January 4, communication between Wang and his girlfriend, Jia, abruptly ended. At this point, Jia was still unaware of the gravity of the situation, assuming maybe it was just a connectivity issue. However, as hours turned into days with no contact, concern grew into panic. Desperate and fearing the worst, Jia took to Weibo, China's popular social media platform, pleading for help. She described Wang's last known whereabouts and begged for any information. Her post quickly went viral, gaining traction as other users speculated about what might have happened. The sheer volume of discussions caught the attention of Chinese authorities and even some of the country's biggest celebrities like Lei Zhang and Qin Lun. Initially, the response from authorities was underwhelming. The Chinese police hadn't even officially registered the case, and the Chinese embassy in Thailand could only recommend Jia report the issue to local police in Mae Sot. It felt like shouting into a void. But Jia's online plea had stirred a digital uprising. Discussions flooded social media, and the hashtag #FindWangXing began to trend. As pressure mounted, the authorities in China and Thailand could no longer ignore the situation. What started as a desperate cry for help had now become a full-scale search. When Wang was finally located, the details that emerged were nothing short of harrowing. He had been taken across the border into Myanmar and confined in what was described as a scam center. According to reports, this facility housed around 50 other Chinese nationals, all trapped in the same nightmarish situation. Wang recounted that he had his head forcibly shaved, likely as a form of psychological control and to strip away any sense of individuality. He was coerced into learning how to type quickly, a skill supposedly meant to assist in operating fraudulent online schemes. These centers often force captives to engage in cyber scams, targeting people worldwide, particularly vulnerable individuals easily swayed by online manipulation. Although Wang did not go into explicit detail about his day-to-day experience, media in Thailand reported that conditions were brutal. Those held in these facilities faced threats, intimidation, and physical punishment if they refused to comply. Escape seemed impossible, and communication with the outside world was strictly forbidden. After days of uncertainty and public outcry, Wang was finally discovered by Myanmar authorities on January 6, 2025, and handed over to Thai officials a day later. His first public appearance after the ordeal was alongside Thai police, looking visibly shaken, with a shaven head that symbolized the extent of his captivity. There remains ambiguity about how exactly the rescue mission was conducted and the degree of cooperation between Chinese, Thai, and Myanmar authorities. Some sources suggest a discreet agreement was made to facilitate Wang's release, shielding deeper, possibly corrupt connections between the scam centers and regional powers. Wang's ordeal has cast a spotlight on the persistent issue of scam centers and human trafficking along the Myanmar-Thailand border. Beijing has been cautious in addressing the case publicly, attempting to assure citizens that it has a handle on the matter while quietly suppressing further discussion online. For Wang himself, the psychological and emotional toll of the experience may linger long after his return to safety. In his brief media appearance, he said very little, perhaps a testament to the trauma endured or a warning to remain silent. What began as a simple work trip turned into a battle for survival, highlighting a growing yet often overlooked issue in Southeast Asia. Wang's girlfriend, Jia, who played a significant role in raising public awareness about his disappearance, has remained a pillar of support. The two have been seen together occasionally, and sources say that their relationship has only grown stronger through this ordeal. It is clear that Jia's relentless efforts and her call for help on Weibo were instrumental in Wang's rescue. On social media, fans continue to express their support, sending messages of encouragement and hope. While Wang has yet to make any personal posts addressing his experience in detail, there is a collective understanding that healing from such trauma is a gradual and deeply personal process. And that's the story of Wang Xing, a reminder of how quickly a situation can spiral out of control and the chilling reality of human trafficking and online scams still thriving today. If this story resonated with you, make sure to share it and spread awareness. Let's keep conversations alive about these issues to help prevent more stories like Wang's. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more stories from around the world. Stay safe out there.